Alright, welcome to this update. And if you want to see something really ugly, I'll show you. We'll get to that at the end of this video. But first of all, we're going to take a look at our National Hurricane Center because we have a big story. And that big story is Tropical Storm Aaron. My middle name is Aaron, spelled with an A. Anyways, here's Tropical Storm Aaron. Now, this gets dangerously close to the USA by Saturday this weekend. So today is what, Tuesday? So we're going about 5 days in advance. Tuesday, Wednesday 1, Thursday 2, Friday 3, Saturday 4. So 4 days in advance. So in 4 days from now, it's forecasted to become around a major hurricane. It actually doesn't happen until 2 p.m. Sunday, so 5 days from now. But the point is, this is dangerously close to the USA. Excuse me. So Aaron could move close enough to the northern Leeward Islands, the Virgin Islands, and Puerto Rico over the weekend to produce some impacts on these islands. However, the magnitude of those impacts is still not known, and interest there should continue to monitor the progress of the storm. So something to watch, in other words, simplified, my own version. Number 2 pointer is that there is even greater uncertainty in what impacts might occur in portions of the Greater Antilles, the Bahamas, the east coast of the U.S.A. and Bermuda next week. As we approach the climatological peak of the hurricane season, this is an opportune time to ensure your preparedness plans are in place. So again, basically saying this is the time of year where this would happen, so it very well could happen, very well might happen. So again, remember that name, Tropical Storm Aaron. You may be hearing about it on the news, potentially more or less, depending on how close it comes to the USA. I will show you what the current models are forecasting Tropical Storm Aaron to do, what the forecast is taking it, or rather where the forecast is taking it on the latest GFS model, 18 Zulu Z, the 6 p.m. run. So I'm going to really skip to the big picture because this is what we're focusing on. So here we go, fast forwarding now to August 18th. So this would be 6 days from now, and it's let's see what the pressure gradient is. It's 957. It's almost as strong as Hurricane Sandy was. I believe that was 930. So relatively, obviously, we're not talking exactly as strong as Sandy, but it's up there in the mix in terms of gradients. But then here's where it gets interesting as it heads north. And the thing here is I want to see if I can stop this right here. Okay, good. Okay, so this storm is very close to this trough here. And what did we see with Sandy? We saw a trough connect the storm. Troughs act like magnets in terms of the upper layers to mid layers of the atmosphere. The 500 millibar layer, you know, where no one lives, but it's way up there, a couple thousand miles up. Anyways, the bottom line is that like attracts like in terms of pressure anomalies, whether they be low pressure or high pressure anomalies. So basically, if you get, say you get a low pressure here, low pressure here, and they kind of come close enough together, they'll kind of like like magnets. They like attracts like is the word I'm looking for in terms of high pressure and low pressure. So basically, if we get this trough to head a little bit further southeast, see the core of it right there, by Maine, by Hudson Bay in Canada. Basically, it's in eastern Canada, which is similar to Sandy. I believe Sandy, the trough was more extreme, which makes sense because Sandy also occurred in late fall, October 31st, around, give or take a few days. But the point is, during that time of year, you get more drastic troughs because essentially a trough is a component of a cold front, or at least the upper part of a cold front. So they're correlated with each other. But the main point here is that we have a storm so close to this trough, you can't take your eyes off it and just poo-poo it. There's definitely a chance that this might hit the USA. I'm not saying it will, but I'm not saying it won't. Okay, so let's fast forward a little bit. Okay, so then here's what happens is it just kind of, the trough isn't sharp enough and angle enough to draw the hurricane in this run. We'll see what happens in the next runs. Maybe tomorrow I'll do a comparison of what the Canadian model is saying. I do want to look at some other things, so that's your hurricane update. I do also want to look at the current, just overall hurricane situation right now. So again, let's take a look at the satellite here, if I can. Let's see. Can I? Trying to click on the satellite. They update something here. Here we go. So here is the satellite. Let's see if I can get this going. Okay, so we have Aaron right now, very weak, but it's coming out of a lot of dry air, Saharan dust from Africa. So as it does so, it heads into very moist upper air temperatures, and that will increase its, well, it will rather increase, it will strengthen quite quickly, I should say. And that's when it kind of goes westward, and then, this is eerily similar to Sandy. Sandy, I believe, originated in this area. Like, you take Aaron, you go west, directly west about 500 miles. I think it originated down near the Caribbeans a little bit more. But nevertheless, these have similarities to them. Again, I don't want to go on and on about this. This is kind of the main points I want to give about this storm Aaron as of now. I don't want to babble on, but let's change gears. Take a look at the Eastern Pacific. We have Henriette, tropical storm Henriette. Again, winds at 65 miles per hour, so nothing major. It's a fish storm, and here's another look at that. So yeah, I do also want to look at, why don't we go to Weather Bell and see what some other computer models are saying. Let me check the time. I have a 10-minute time limit on Bandicam. Let me make sure I'm not running low on time. Okay, let's see how much time I have left. Okay, I have about 30 seconds left, so I'm going to go straight to just one other model so we can kind of make a comparison in terms of, are the models coming to unison or not. And we're going to take a look at, let's see, August. We don't want that. We want the euro. Let's do I'm looking global. There we go. We wanted the global European. So we're gonna take a look at our precipitation. Now let's do pressure. Let's do winds. Let's do see if I can loop this. There we go. Perfect. So here we go. This is kind of just your animation of the flow of the weather. So again, we go all the way to August 14th. Remember, the storms are on 18th is where it makes its way here. I'm trying to go as fast as I can so I don't get time short. 15th. And it's hard to make out the storm this way, but this is just another interesting look at how you can view the weather. We go to the 17th, and there you saw it a little bit. Right there where all that circulation is going on in the lower right hand corner. So anyways, I'm short on time. That's all I have for you today. Thanks for watching. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share my